Hello everyone and welcome back to Planet Coaster 2 and a very short build today on Ancient Realm. Today I'm going to be working on a backstage area for this log flume, and originally I was literally just going to cover it up and put one or two little details on there, but I got carried away, so it became a full episode, albeit a short one, because I do pretty much a full backstage area. I'd say it's sort of mid-tier detailing. It's not realistic for a log flume at all because we don't have anything to pump the water in or anything like that. But we use a lot of the aquatic pieces to sort of demonstrate that it could be, they could be used for the mechanics of the log flume and all the water and everything to make it work. So I'm just using the basic panel wall and basic shapes for the concrete floor, and I think that all works out pretty well. There's nothing too elaborate about the materials I'm using here. They're just very generic ones, and I think they work well for doing this. I was surprised actually how many pieces we have in the game, mainly in the aquatic set, but pieces that can be used for backstage stuff, because it wasn't something I was really expecting with the themes that we've got. But again, because of some of the sort of genericness of the pieces, you can recolour them and they can work fine for backstage. So that's probably why I ended up doing a full backstage build, because I just really enjoyed starting to use some of the pieces, and it's, you know, it's completely different to the heavily themed ride that I've been doing. So it's nice to sort of build something different, something a little bit more realistic. You know, it's hard to say really if this would be a realistic ride from the way that I've designed the whole thing, but at least we can make it somewhat believable with this backstage area. So fencing, these are aquatic fences, I believe. They're originally red, I recoloured them yellow, and yeah, I think that fits in fine, and then I just sort of move one or two of them slightly diagonally off to give it a little bit of interest, make it look a little bit more believable. And I work on the AC units on the roof, and these probably aren't realistic whatsoever, but they give the idea of what I'm trying to go for. So using aquatic pipes, and don't do a drinking game for the amount of times I say aquatic in this video, by the way. It's yeah, this is pretty much every piece I use for detailing in this is from that theme set. Really versatile. Putting down some crates now then, and some stuff for staff to use. Yeah, just pretty much crates in this area, recolouring them. That's all there is to it. And to be honest, every time I put stuff down I thought, yeah, I'm just going to do this one more thing and then we'll call it a day for the backstage and move on to something else, because this was only sort of intended to be a small part of the video. And then I kept finding these pieces and thinking, oh, I'd love to put that down, that looks really good for the build. So just got carried away really with it. Found these roof vent things, which I decided I was going to make go down the side of the building for no other reason than it looked cool. I don't really know if this would be a thing in real life, but I place a few of them in and it definitely adds that extra bit of detailing. And then we look at some lighting. You can see that I'm using the sort of advanced move tool with the clip on to place things on a perfect grid space, which I haven't been doing an awful lot throughout my builds in this game yet. But I think it worked for some of these wall pieces here where you want them in exact positions. It works out quite nicely. You can see I just put some bins in as well, and then I decided we're having more backstage up here, or more generic walls and roofing, and then this obviously has to be covered up as well because it would be seen on ride if I just left it like that. So doing more AC and then putting in some things, whatever these are, just things that look kind of aquatic and cool and work with the idea that we've got going on here. Loads of pumps and stuff like that, and barrels. which, yeah, I guess they store all the water in that we need to power this log flume. Let's go for that. Here's the lighting then, using some very generic floodlights. They work perfectly for Backstage, although they don't give off that much light, so I do end up placing in some spotlights to actually make this area lit up at night, just for security safety, you know. Not that we have security guards in the game, but if we did. Moving on then, there's also a small backstage area in the centre of the ride layouts. There was just this small space in between rooms, and I thought we can make this backstage and put a door on either side, and it's just perfect. The staff can then get in to the various different showrooms of the dark ride sections and access anything they need, or at least that's what it's meant to represent. Now you can see that I've put some theming to cover up this bit of backstage, and just using some supports to hold it up. So that's the first time the theming has actually been realistic whatsoever in this build, and it works out fine actually, because there's not that much you can see from the ride itself due to how high the sides are. And then we do one more sort of tower thing, and that's pretty much it for the build. Very short one today, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.